Hey everybody, how you doing tonight? This is evening here where I am, and I'm here sitting on my back porch. I had something I just wanted to kind of share with everyone. I've had a lot of folks ask me, they'd say, Pastor Dave, I've got this stimulus check and I don't want it and I don't need it. What in the world am I going to do with it? So my wife and I were talking about that, and we kind of came up with something that we're going to do, and I just thought I would run this by you, and maybe this is something that you might want to think of too, and that is we're going to give away 50% of the stimulus money that we received. And we're going to do this according to the teaching in Matthew chapter 7 about almsgiving. So our left hand's not going to know what our right hand is doing. We're not going to announce it. There won't be any trumpets blown or anything like that. We're just going to pray for 7 days and ask the Lord together where He wants that money to go, and then we're going to give. Now, before I go any further with this, let me just say that this is a suggestion for others to undertake is only if you don't need that money. Now, there's a lot of people that need the money, and you may be in debt, and you need this money to pay off debt. Man, go for it. Pay down your debt. Get rid of it. That's your first obligation. You made a promise to pay that money back. Suddenly this money falls into your lap and you've got a debt. Take that and pay down the debt or pay it off, whatever it might be, credit card debt or whatever, school debt. So if you have a need, you keep the money. You know, the Lord's blessed you with a gift here. None of us asked for this. None of us asked for the shutdown. None of us asked for the income from the government. None of us asked for any of this. But here we have it. And if you're in a condition like my wife and I are, we can afford to give some of this away because we're not hurting. We don't have any debt except for our home, and so we're doing fine. We've got an emergency fund. We just decided that this was the thing that we felt like the Lord wanted us to do with it. So I just want to share it with other folks. If you want to be a part of this, I think it's a good thing. If you can do it, if you don't have a need, there are lots of folks that have a need. Keep the money. Goodness sakes, take care of your need first. But if you don't need it and you don't know what to do with it and it's just sitting in your account, let's think about giving it away. How much of a blessing would it be to ministries around the United States if we all were to do a 50% challenge with our gift? Just bless somebody anonymously, according to the scriptures. And I think that would just be fun. It's fun to do it. It's fun to give. And we'd be exercising a little spiritual discipline that we don't usually get to exercise in this way. Now, like I said, some folks need the money, keep the money, but don't waste it either. If you have debt or if you have something that you need to use the money for, don't go out and buy a new dress or a new television. Goodness sakes, or a new set of golf clubs. Don't do that. That's a waste. The Lord has put this in your hands for a reason. Pray and ask Him what the reason is. If you know, well, then use it for that. But if you don't, maybe you could give it away like we're going to do. Like I said, this is a 50% challenge. We're going to take half the money that the government gave to us. And this, of course, is just for folks in the United States. I don't know what other countries are doing, but in the United States, they gave us a stimulus check during the shutdown. So this is an opportunity to give, and to give generously. If you just got a $1,200 check, if you're a single person, take half of that, $600. And pray about where you can give it. We're thinking about things like a church, for example. Give it to your church. If your church is a mega church and it has, a big staff and the staff's paid a big budget, maybe you don't think that your gift of 50% would really move the needle. Perhaps there's a small church in your area that could use it, that has a bivocational pastor, and they're struggling. Well, check that out, search it out, and see what the Lord would have you do there. Perhaps there's a missionary that's a faith missionary, not one supported by a big board, but maybe there's a faith missionary that your church supports or you know of personally. Perhaps make an anonymous gift to that missionary's support. Perhaps there's a pro-life ministry in your area. Here in Greater Cincinnati, Greater Dayton, we have a group called Elizabeth New Life Center. We've thought about giving to them. Perhaps there's another ministry, and you know the Lord will open the door to whatever He wants you to give. He'll show you what it is. And so begin to pray about that. And I usually don't, when I do these videos, I usually don't do a call to action, but I'm going to do a call to action today. I'm going to ask you, number one, to share this video. Number two, to use the hashtag 50% challenge. That's 50 with the percent sign, challenge. That'll tag these videos, and you know that'll get it around so other people can join in on this. And pray about it. And those three things, you know, share the video, use the hashtag, and make sure you pray and ask the Lord where He wants you to put this money, or if He wants you to do it at all. This needs to be at His direction. It doesn't need to be a bandwagon effort just because people are doing it, you do it. No, you only do it if you can. If you need the money, keep it. If you don't, let's give it away. Let's do something fun with it. Let's support a ministry that we don't normally support. Let's put it in a place where we can bless a work in our local area that maybe we never do get to give to because we're giving to other things. So whatever the need is, whatever the Lord directs you to do, I hope you'll do it. Take the money, use it. He's put it in your hands for a reason, and perhaps that reason is to give an alms. And in this case, it would be a pretty good size alms if you gave $600 or $1,200 to a ministry, or even you might want to divide that up between several ministries, perhaps. Perhaps there are 2 or 3 groups in your area and you just want to give to all of them. Do it. Run at it. 50% challenge, just take half of it and give it away if you can. If you can't, don't worry about that. It's okay. Keep it and use it for what you want to use it for. Anyway, just thought I'd share that. I'm kind of excited. We're going to be praying over the next 7 days and see what the Lord has for us and where He wants us to put that money. So I hope you'll join us. I hope that if you're able to, you can give, and just imagine what an impact all of these funds could be for the ministries here in the United States. Pro-life ministries, Christian organizations, all across the spectrum. Imagine what would happen if we gave towards those. Okay, well that's it. I'm going to climb down off my soapbox and you say, "Preacher, stop preaching." I'm going to stop. But I hope you'll join me. I hope you'll consider doing this. Pray about it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.